All right, good morning, everyone. It's about a quarter after 11 on the 16th of April, 2021. I'm going to call it a day here with a $29 recap. And I actually traded two stocks today that weren't in my morning strategy session. EBET, EBET, is a play from yesterday. It IPO'd. And I made a purchase, I'll show you, based on the previous day's close. And then EBON, which is one that wasn't actually hitting my scanners, but I looked over on TradingView's scanners and it was popping up. I managed, I'll show you, it was not a good trade. So what could have been a $72 day is now a $29 day. I mean, not a lot to write home about there, nothing to write home about, really. But, at least it's green. I can buy lunch with that. All right, let's get into it. So, and so actually the first thing that's popping up right now, let's take a look at this was on the morning watch list. And the strategy for this one was, if it popped up over $49.81, came back and retested. If it popped up, came back, retested, and continued higher, then I would make a trade. That would be an entry for a trade for me. And it didn't do that. And actually, it's come back down. And so the levels that I had on it are from yesterday's close. This is the close from yesterday at $45.90. And the pre-market high at the time when I did this at 8:27 in the morning, the pre-market high was at $49.81. And so, and the reason, while I was preparing to do this recap, TGTX actually came into the lower number that I was looking at. But the reason I didn't take it is because of this candle right here. Right here. So I actually had orders staggered 10 cents apart above 45.90. So I had an order at 46 even, 45.90, and then 45.80. And it came down close right here, only 14 cents away, and then started to move away. Now, when a stock does that, that means that I have the wrong price. When a stock comes close to the number that I had entered and then moves away, that to me is a signal that I've chosen the incorrect price, which would have been a nice entry right here, 45.90, and then it made a move all the way back up to basically $47. That definitely would have been worth more than 1% of a move. I could have gotten close to 2% on that move, but that's not where my strategy was. So that wasn't my entry. It happens, I didn't take a trade on it. And I wasn't going to take a trade on it anyway because it's past the time of day. Usually I don't enter trades after 11 o'clock. I usually don't enter trades after 10:30. And I really don't get to trade the afternoon session because I need to go pick up my kid from kindergarten. So over here, and now it's come into my number, but my number was wrong. This was the right number. The low of this candle at $46.14 was the correct price. So that trade, it's off the table. Then I was also watching LSCC. I had an entry at 52.77 and 51.99, and it's come nowhere near my entry, so no trade there. I've been watching Ruby there. Let me go back over to large cap movers here. ALXN is an acquisition, and I went over this in the pre-market strategy session. Acquisitions just pretty much flatline for the remainder of the day until whatever they get rolled into whatever other stock or company, or whether it just gets delisted because the acquisition group is a private fund. Who knows? So then let's see. Okay, so let's get to the one where I actually made some money. Okay, EBET. All right. So EBET, I didn't cover this in the strategy session, and it's because it wasn't there weren't any scanners on it. It wasn't hitting my scanners or anything. But I was taking a look around after I did the strategy session. I had some time to look around and see what else was going on in the market because my large cap mover ideas just really weren't. I had a feeling that I wouldn't be trading them today. I was like, these things just aren't going to move, and so you kind of want to generate ideas. You want to have stuff on the table so that way, there's something to trade. Well, so I took a look at EBET. EBET actually IPO'd yesterday, and its closing price on the 10-minute right here, this is the 1-minute chart. Let me go to the 10-minute. You can see the closing price a little bit easier. The closing price was, this right here, this little tiny candle right here was the closing candle of the day, the closing 10-minute candle of the day. And it closed at $36.03. If you look up here, at this number up here, let's see if I can get a circle around it. Right up there, that's the close of the day, and you can see $36.03 is the close, right? Well, what's interesting is if I go to the daily, a little bit of shenanigans here. If you look at the close, let me see if I can circle it. It's going to move around on me, but the close ought to be right around in here somewhere when I mouse over it. Yeah. So you can see the close there. It says the close on the daily is at $36.42. So I trusted the number on the 10-minute close instead of the daily close. I don't know what's going on with the daily close saying it closed at $36.42 and the 10-minute close saying it closed at $36.03. So I put a level on $36.03 as an entry. And so back here, and if I go to the 1 minute, it's a little bit easier to see. So it's like, okay, well, it's probably going to get support at yesterday's close. This is an IPO. If it goes all the way back down to where it closed yesterday, then, perhaps there'll be some continuation. Traders will be like, okay, well, we're back. We're going to pick up where we left off yesterday, right? So it came down below 36.03, and then as it rose back above, I had a conditional order in to buy at $36 even. So I bought on this candle right here at $36, and it really jumped. I had my order in back here somewhere. The next couple of minutes, I mean, it went as low as $34.13. So I was like, okay, well, if it can work its way back up to $36 even, then traders are on this and they're saying, okay, time to continue the run. And I was only looking for a 1% move, and so it actually jumped from, you can see from this 1 minute candle to this 1 minute candle, it closed here at $34.49 and then opened again at $36 even, and I got filled right there on my conditional order. And then it ran up to as high as $37.80, but I let it go at $36.36, which is the 1%. So I bought and sold inside of this 1 minute candle right here, and got 1% off of 200 shares, $72. 36 cents times 200 is $72. So I was like, okay, well, it's not, a big trade or anything, but, I got my move. I got, the trade worked out according to plan. So moving on. It really let go, though. It really didn't hold at all. And I was, at the time, I was a little bit surprised about it, but then I was thinking back and I was like, I don't like it when price action hovers above. If I had been thinking a little bit more clearly about this trade, price action just kind of hovered above my number, my entry, for a few minutes before deciding to plunge through. And that's not bullish, that's bearish. So, yeah, anyway, it worked out. All right, so then the next one is EBON. Now, this right here, this little thing, it says hot lists on TradingView, and EBON was popping up at the time, and I purchased the damn thing right here at the top of the candle at $5.18, looking for a momentum move, thinking, okay, this thing's getting ready to take make a big move and take off, and so. Usually, so 1% is what I'm looking for on the gain or loss. I bought 200 shares of this. And so usually a 1% move is what I'm looking for on the large cap movers. But on momentum names, I'm looking for at least 20 cents. And you can see here, as soon as it dropped down, I lost 21 cents a share here. So as soon as it dropped below 20 cents, I put it in a sell order. I got filled at negative 21 cents a share. So on 200 shares, that's $42, and basically cut my daily profits in more than half. But that's the nature of momentum. You got to really pick your entries really carefully in order to profit on momentum. And I bought the top to the penny on this one. So, and the mistake that I made was, this was after, you can see here, I tried to trade this at 10:48 in the morning, and that's well after the first hour of the day, and that's really quite typically 10:30 in the morning is a demarcation of when momentum just kind of fades away for the day. So, what's EBON going to do? I don't know. I mean, later in the day, my guess is that it's going to do something along these lines right here. And then perhaps in the afternoon, it'll, when it gets close to closing, it'll make another swoop up possibly. But yeah, you just never know really. So, I'm done staring at screens for the day. I'm going to go home, have a nice lunch, take a nap, and then do some chores, get ready for the weekend with a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. Have a lot of fun. All right, everyone. Oh yeah, by the way, let's take a look at Coinbase real quick. So Coinbase here, people, there are a lot of people who are really upset with this IPO. I'm not upset with it. I mean, I didn't, trade on the first day that it opened or on the second day. But IPOs, I tend to stay away from IPOs. Sometimes I'll trade them, and I only trade with momentum, with the momentum strategy. I'm not trying to trade on valuations. Price action is all I trade on, essentially. Yeah, this is interesting. So a break above, you've got a close here at $328.28. And yesterday we've got a close at $322.75. These are just levels to play off of, essentially. So across above the day's opening close, the IPO's close, was an entry. I didn't take it, but there is a good $9 here. Let's see where we are right now. So 328.28 to as high as 339. So there's a good $11 there. You can see it popped through and gave a little bit of a false breakout right here, and right here. Those two spots. So it came back down and it tested the previous day's close here a couple of times, which would have also been pretty good spots to enter. I'd be surprised. I've gone through the financials on Coinbase, and I've watched a couple of professionals and read a couple of reports on Coinbase. I'd really be surprised to see this thing go lower than its first 2 days of trading, the closes on the first 2 days of trading. This company is doing great business, incredible amounts of business, in fact. for a relatively new company. So Coinbase is one that I'll have my eye on. I'd like to see what happens once it gets back to its opening price. I think that if it gets back above opening price here, if it comes back, retests opening price and starts moving away, then this is going to be a good stock to invest in for the long term. I don't know a lot. I mean, like, I've never used Coinbase. I only know what I've read in its financials. But I don't like to use fundamentals for an entry, valuations or anything for investing. Really, it's really all about price action for investment and trade entries, for that matter. So the stock has some work to do, but I'll have it on watch, and perhaps one day I'll be covering a break above 381 and then a retest. All right, everyone. I think that's it for the day. Oh, I may as well go over the small caps that I had on watch here. So MTSL, yeah, I ought to start drawing on these things in the morning so I can see how my predictions are. Yeah, this thing started catching a bid, pre-market and post-market for that matter. And I've forgotten what I think. This is not an acquisition but a merger, and it's just fading away. It's just stair-stepping down, not worth any kind of time, any kind of attention. I had a feeling it would do that. And then GFN is an acquisition, and like the other acquisition I was watching, I think it was, ALXN. GFN is just done straight line across the whole day. So there's absolutely nothing to do there. So, okay. Now, I think that's finally the end of the recap. Good luck out there, everyone. Keep your risks tight. Click like, share, subscribe, leave a comment, and I will see you on Monday morning. Have a great weekend. I'm out.